this is how I started mixing colors. I was very intimidated by color, and I was always thinking, how do you even start? And I started mixing colors using watercolor, and I just want to show you guys the best way you can do it and what really happens when you start mixing colors. I'm going to show you how I got this shade of green with the shade of green on the lining of this. This is supposed to be a wine glass, but yeah, I was trying to go for a glass that is a green that is, I wanted to do a blue, but the lower part is gonna have like more green, so I decided to do a green, and I'm going to show you how I do that. And when I actually started to do this experiment, I started with blue and red, and what I discovered is different shades of purple, and I also discovered different shades of pink. What the trick is, how much blue you add, or how much red you add to the blue. Let me say that again. How much red you add to the blue, or how much blue you add to the red. Here is an example of the purples that I got from the blue and red. This purple is almost like a blue, so that means there was less red in it. And then the more red I added, I got this purple that is kind of close to a pink. So let's do it. Okay, so I have my brushes, I have my water, and I have my paint. I don't have enough green, but I'm going to use what I have. Yeah, let's try this. Mix. Unfortunately, maybe I should flip the camera. I still don't have proper recording equipment, so I have to hold the phone. And you need 2 sets of water because it becomes really dirty, and you need the second one to kind of clear out the brush. So I really like this experiment because this is kind of how you learn how colors work. So you want to first put water and let it soak. So I don't know, there's a light green here, and I think this is a dark green. Let me do both. I'm gonna test both. Just give it some time. And I just uploaded something on my Snapchat, and I was saying that sometimes I feel really, really down. But then I remember that I am where I'm supposed to be, because there are certain things that are happening in my life that are just so random, and they just kind of fit, you know. For example, this paint, I didn't buy this, you know. I live with an old lady who, I think she does art as a hobby, but she used to be a math teacher. And I think I one time mentioned to her that I like to draw something. I don't even know how it started, but she kind of gave me this stuff. She's like, hey, I have some paint that you might want to use. And yeah, I started using it, you know. All I had to do was buy the brushes and maybe like this paper, but the other stuff just came to me, you know. That's how I know I'm where I'm supposed to be, because there's like a couple of things that are happening in my life that I just can't explain it. Things are coming to me. Okay, let me shut up. So we have, I want to find out what happens if I mix blue and green, what shade we're gonna get. So see, now I need to, because I don't want the blue to end up in the green, so that's why you need this other can of water. Let me try with light green. So I just keep mixing it until we see what we can get. Look, it's becoming like a turquoise blue. I think this is the best way to like learn colors, honestly. It's amazing. Like, look at that, guys. I don't know, the camera is not really bringing out the shade. I'm gonna get my book and show you. Just hold on. Okay, so this is where you can clearly see. Wait. Let's find a new page. Yep, there. So I'm looking for, actually this is kind of like a green that I wanted. I'm looking for a green that is like a glass green. So I'm gonna try, this is like this dark green over here, but we've gotten it through mixing the light green with the blue. I'm going to try mixing the blue with this dark green. Let's see what we get. Sometimes if the color is too much, I do like a drop, but we might sleep here, so yep. So kind of just do this until we see what we get. If you can see, the blue is kind of changing. Let me start from this side. It's become like a different blue, because look, this is the original blue. Now it's like I don't know, what is this? What blue is this? It's like the water blue, this one. Let's keep adding the green until the color keeps changing. And I think how this is really helping me is because if I actually decide to go and buy new paint, I know which colors to buy, because I know which colors I use the most and which ones I can mix and get what I want. Let me see if this has changed. Yeah, it's kind of different now, you know. This is more green than the other one. I'm going to I'm going to try add more light green to this, because the green is still a bit too dark and I want a much lighter shade. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so I think if I keep adding this green, we're going to go back to this light green. At least now I know that if I mix blue and light green, it's going to go to dark green, and then the more I keep adding the light green, it's going to go back to light green. Okay. Now let me try to go back here and mix. Okay, so I want the glass to be, I think this one or these two. I don't know, I have to think about this a bit. Do I want to do this green or this green? Okay, let me see if there is a reason for me to mix the light green. I'd just be wasting time. Let me try to see that difference between this green and that one. Yeah, it's definitely a difference. You see that? Definitely. Anyway, yep. So that's how I've been mixing colors to get different shades with working with so little. That's the end of the video. Okay, so I have decided to go with this green, but this has become a bit too green over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a little bit of blue again to go back. Behind, and if you're doing this part, you really have to be very careful not to overdo it. We're not there yet. So a little bit of more glue. I think I need just a little bit more. Oops. I think this is it, right? I think so. I think I'm gonna go with that.